WORJ-FM, Mount Dora, Orlando, Zeta 107.7. And that's Jeff O'Call. You just listened to Dark Ages from their new LP. We're just about to get on with our hour special tonight on the Lynyrd Skynyrd Band, interviews and music. We'll be starting that in just a minute or two.
At the Volunteer Jam, long live the Lynyrd Skynyrd Band. They will be back, and soon, as the Rossington Collins Band. Garry Rossington and Alan Collins on guitars, Artemus Pyle back behind the drums, Leon Wilkeson on bass, and Billy Powell on piano. Guitarist Barry Harwood will be with the band as well, and there will surely be many special guests. Right now, we're going to take you back to an earlier time, a happier time for Skynyrd fans, to a time just after the release of the third album. The country was just starting to catch on to this new southern rock sound, and Lynyrd Skynyrd's star was on the rise.
I'm Ronnie the singer, and I'm from Jacksonville.
You're from Jacksonville, Florida? Is the whole band from Jacksonville?
Come on, man. That's where we live.
All over the
and
South.
The drummer right here from Spartanburg, South Carolina.
What's the drummer's name?
Artemus Pyle.
Say southern names. What's your name?
Bill Powell.
Bill? What do you play, Bill?
Play piano, strictly piano.
Yeah?
Garry
Rossington
guitar.
Yeah.
Leon Wilkeson bass.
Alan Collins, guitar.
And
guitar.
This is a big band. You got, what, 7 guys in the band? Yeah. How long has Lynyrd Skynyrd been together?
The singer and 2 of the guitar players have been together for like 9 years.
9 years?
Instead of 10.
Yeah?
The group that's playing right now has been together going on, 3 years? 3 years. That's a great.
Is it true that the name Lynyrd Skynyrd came from a high school athletic coach or something? Or phys ed director?
That's a question we get asked most often. And yes, it is true. He was a gym coach for Garry, a guitar player, and an old drummer that we used to have. And, used to make him get the haircut all the time, and finally got fed up with it and quit. And we wanted to play music anyway, you know. And after we got out and started the group, and things started happening a little bit, we decided we had to have a name, so we made a big joke out of it and named it after him, you know.
This was in Jacksonville?
This is in Jacksonville.
Yeah. Is he still
yes, he is. Yes, he is. He's a real estate man.
Yeah. What is, did you ever get in touch with him? What does he think
There's articles in the paper and all that stuff. He seems to be very happy about it. He's getting a lot of promotion out of it, you know. We won't comment on the way we think about him, you know. But there's really no hard feelings.
I take it you weren't friends.
Not at the time, no.
Strictly because of the fact that he told you to cut your hair? Or just a basic hard-ass attitude?
Well, see, he was a gym coach. And both of the guys were athletes. And this particular time, you had to have your hair cut, to wear a football helmet and all that stuff. And we didn't believe that. So finally, we just let our hair grow and quit playing sports. And he didn't dig that, and we played music, and it turned out best for us, you know.
Yeah. The song we hear most often over the phone is requests for Lynyrd Skynyrd is Freebird. Who wrote that?
Alan and myself wrote it. And it's the oldest song that we do. We wrote it about 5 years ago.
It's also one of the best. There's a lot of radio stations that play a cut version of it.
Well, I think the group feels different about that. It's probably the most exciting song that we do on stage, and more energy. We got 3 guitar players that we're very proud of, and the whole song is designed, the rhythm pattern behind it, just to let them go to show what they can do. As far as the pattern of the song and the complication of the song, putting it together and all is probably one of the easiest ones that we do.
What's this now? Nothing Fancy is album number 3. Is that right? Yeah, you making $1 million now?
We never even stopped to think about that. You know?
Yeah. I often wonder, because, you know, like you travel around a lot and you're like on a retainer of some kind, I guess, a salary.
Sure.
Yeah. So the money goes to your equipment and to you have an accountant who takes care of all the bread.
We have an accountant that takes care of everything for us and trying to look after us in the future when there is no more Lynyrd Skynyrd, you know.
Mm-hmm. Do you see that day coming?
Of course it'll come. It always has to come, you know, but fortunately we got good people behind us, and they're, because we don't have no education and stuff like that, then we'll have something to fall back on when Lynyrd Skynyrd is.
This is a new song. Old blues song. Well, actually, it's an old blues song. It's by Stevie called Ain't No Good Life. It's also a new number of Powel. No True Story.
The band's been really successful after only 3 albums. You know. Really successful. I think in the last 6 months to a year, you've caught on hotter than most other bands in the country at this point.
We feel we've been very lucky.
Really?
Very lucky.
Just a matter of luck.
Blessed. Dream come true.
On stage, is your show really simple? Is there any flash to it at all? Or do you get up and play the music?
None whatsoever. No flash, no nothing. We just simply try to play tight.
Mm-hmm.
And we feel that's where it's at.
Yeah, so how do you like playing in Miami?
This is the second time, right?
Mm-hmm.
We played
at the stadium last time, didn't we?
Orange Bowl.
Sportatorium?
Last time was in the Orange Bowl, yeah. You want to play with the band, yeah? What?
No, with the Eagles and
The Orange Bowl Eagles. The band and,
Sportatorium.
And right before that, in Hollywood, was with Dickie Brothers.
Yeah.
Which is right outside of Miami.
You're going to play at the stadium this time. You never played at Miami Marine?
No, never have. Very excited about this.
Mm.
We've been told we don't know yet that we have to get there by boat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's very exciting.
Yeah, you got to take a boat out.
We're gonna
go fishing on the way.
We're gonna fetch a fishing pole and throw it out there and see if we can catch fish on the way out. You know?
When you do it, when you play, when they have concerts there, they sell passes to boats, and you see about 200 of them out in the water listening to your music.
I think that's beautiful.
It's pretty thrilling, yeah. You did a tour with The Who last year. 2 years ago. How did you like touring with The Who?
We'd never play a major concert in our life until we got hooked up with The Who, and then the first major concert we played was with the Who at the Powel in San Francisco. And it scared us to death. And I think they taught us a lot. After we played with the Who on that big tour, we've never had what you'd call real stage fright again, you know,
Really?
any crowd.
What did they teach you exactly that you think is so worthwhile? So that
Professionalism. We had to go up there and leave the stage hot. For one thing, we had to get the people not to boo us off. And the first couple jobs, we were scared. And after that, we had people getting out of their seats and coming up to the front of the stage to see us. Which I wasn't seeing a few years ago, and any other act that would open up for them would get booed off. And we were determined.
Really?
Hold our own.
It's pretty hard to go up there when they're all sitting there waiting for the Who. You didn't get booed off this time, huh?
No.
That's a big turning point.
We became very close friends. After the show, we would be in the dressing room with them, and you just can't say enough about those people. They're just not only geniuses, but forget the music. Peter Townsend and all the people are just beautiful. You know? I mean, they respect younger musicians and try to help them in any way they can.
There's no barriers or walls between you.
Right. None whatsoever.
Were they the ones that wanted you guys to tour with them? Is that how that?
Originally, they didn't want to have a band tour with them at all.
A front band?
And
They had a choice
want
of
us to
bands.
tour with them because they just wanted to do the show themselves because of the same record labels. And there was a lot of things pulled. You know, we finally got on the tour, and the third night, I think, in Los Angeles, we played Peter Townsend. You know, we weren't about to go near them. Pete Townsend walked in our dressing room and said we were the best band he'd ever played with. From then on, they took care of us. They made sure that we weren't treated like a bunch of dogs. You know?
It's called us rednecks.
The last couple of years, Southern music has really taken off, and I suppose that's due in part to bands like the Allmans and the Marshall Tucker Band.
First hit it right on the nail. If it hadn't been for Dwayne and Greg Allman opening up the door and all for other Southern bands, and we'd probably still be down here playing clubs. They brought attention to the South.
Why did it take so long for that to happen? I mean, there's obviously been a lot of talent in the South for a long time.
Well, people from the South are always making it. And for a long time.
Oh, yeah, you got your fads like you had the California groups, you know, they had their thing, you know, and died out a little bit, and New York had their thing. It seemed like the South comes last, you know.
Does it ever happen that you get on stage and collectively can't get any energy up at all and just, you know, there's nothing there?
Yeah, for sure.
Does it show? Do you feel like the audience picks up on that?
Oh, yes, it
I'm
does.
saying, if the audience is up for it, we've gone on stage one time where Gary would be sick, I would be tired, we get up on stage there and the people are ready for it. We play one of the best shows you ever played, you know.
And you're back again.
You know, it really does, because it's psychological. How you really feel.
Sometimes you can feel that you're going to have a great gig, and sometimes you can feel you're done. On the other hand, you know, you don't really know what to say. Right, I was just talking to the girl. I think we're going to have a good one tonight. We all feel good. Yes.
We're going to play a little bit off the first album and a little bit off the second and a lot off a third album that'll be out Monday in Chattanooga. This one's off a new album.
Well, we've been headlining after the Who tour off and on in different cities. Like this major tour, we're headlining everywhere. Which I really don't think means that much. And it don't make no difference to us when we play.
It doesn't make any difference in the dollar figures that you take in?
We never even know. We don't know how much money we're making tonight.
Yeah.
And we really don't care. You know?
Really?
We're here to try to do the best we can for the people.
We'll be back to this interview with Lynyrd Skynyrd, music from them, on our Memorial Day to Lynyrd Skynyrd here on Zeta 7 in just a moment.
What cities were you hitting over there?
We did them all. We did every place in England. We did Germany, Scotland, Glasgow, Newcastle, Bristol, Brighton, Paris, France. Brussels. Yeah, Brussels. I mean, it was nice. Was there any? We did it London, England twice. Headlined the Rainbow there, the second time there.
Was there any city in particular where your music was, say, accepted better than the others?
Oh yeah, England. Also, that one thing in Germany that we did, there was a lot of American soldiers there.
They say the European audiences are harder to please. It's harder to get any kind of reaction out of them at all. How did you guys feel playing the kind of, gut kind of music that you play, energy kind of stuff?
I think the only weird gig I could think of was in Hamburg, and plus it was being televised, where it was really had really the bright spots all the way through the
different over there. The police and all, the kids are not allowed to get up and boogie. About the first time they charge the stage, they'll charge them right back, and they're ruthless with them. The kids sit there, and sometimes you don't even know if you're going over good or not, and you just keep on playing. And then when you're finished, then they'll let you know. And then they'll let you know good,
Because the audiences know they have to stay in reserve?
Right. Most of the halls are real fancy, like Avery, Fisher, or something, real clean halls.
They listen more there instead of
they do listen more.
Jump around and get it boogie.
How does that affect your show?
We like it.
Do you?
Yeah. We like for an audience to listen, get into the music. We don't care that much about boogies, We like to do the music.
Yeah.
We never have a reputation of boogie, hard rock and all that stuff. But this group, they definitely would rather take their time and just sit back and play.
That's it.
And on this tour, we've been doing that a pretty good bit. Just laying back.
Is it true you guys bust up hotel rooms? What's the story now? Huh?
Those days are gone.
Are they?
But not forgotten.
Are you kidding me?
Almost.
When you're talking about The Who, I was thinking about how Peter Townsend does his destructive act on stage. I don't know what they do when they go.
The United States government's going to take a lot of tax money from them, before they go back. So they just, let's have a good time. They buy 50, 60 gift cards. They spend their money, before the income tax people take it from them.
Do you get into that, though? Do you ever, get so crazy on the road that you start busting things up inside hotel rooms?
What he does.
Yeah.
Just takes all your frustrations out instead of going out and fighting or something.
We're real good at burning TVs out by throwing scotch in them. Pour the back and it's gone.
You pour what? You pour
scotch, water, mostly scotch, but anything we just throw in the back.
You see the smoke come up and that's it. That's
the manager of the Holiday
on fire one time.
The manager of the Holiday Inn was listening. We're only kidding.
Then what happens is that it's a very moody group, and sometimes we'll have a bad gig, and then everybody gets back up the next day, and we just got to do better than this night, and then it turns out worse. Then everybody starts going, wow, what's happening, and trying to figure out what's going wrong, and then the next night maybe it'll be the same thing, and then you come back to the hotel, and just go, oh my God, Sometimes the next day it's really good,
And you come back and wash your TV and just clean it.
Once you get all that crap out of your head, once you clean your heads out, then it always seems to work out better. I guess if you got to take it out on something, you might as well take it out on a hotel room. What the hell?
Yeah, we had to pay for it. We used to drink a terrible lot before we played until this tour, and that had a lot to do with it, And
what'd you do? Give it up?
Yeah, we gave it up. Beer here. One beer, maybe.
Was it getting in the way of your music?
Yes, it was ruining me. I had to go to several throat doctors, and they said it was ruining me, so they said I had my choice, either quit whiskey or it'd ruin my voice within the next year or so, and I'd be in the Alcoholics Anonymous place and all. It wasn't a really hard decision to make, so I feel a whole lot better. The group feels a whole lot better.
Put your hands together.
return to the concluding segment of tonight's Lynyrd Skynyrd interview on our memorial to Lynyrd Skynyrd Day here at Zeta 7, right after these words.
So how do you feel about touring 80 cities? You gonna make it through?
Yeah, we did it before. We're going to do it.
Yeah. Out of 80 cities, how many gigs are you gonna play where you come off stage satisfied with what you do?
If we come out with 40, we'll be happy.
Right, half the time.
Yeah.
We don't care really about the audience thinks. We like coming off the stage knowing that the band had a good, tight set. And we're more pleased when the band is right on it.
There's so many details that goes into it, like
There is.
the building that you play, the sound you're going to get, the acoustics, you know. Whether the sound system's going to mess up or somebody going to blow an amp or something like that, you know, it blows the momentum of a group. And even though the crowd loves it, you know, I mean, they keep right on going, you know, it still bothers us.
Yeah.
You know, very seldom do you find a gig where everything went just right.
Does everybody solo? Do you get into soloing on stage?
Piano player solos, all three guitar players solo constantly, switching off back and forth.
Yeah.
I do very little, and the bass and the drums are most important.
There's always a solid foundation.
Most of whatever's going about a group.
Is there one guy in the group who is the solid foundation in the performing? Somebody who kind of keeps it all together and keeps it rolling?
It'd have to be the drummer. Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
That's it.
I think.
You said Ronnie.
Yeah.
Yeah. How
You're the
come?
front man that the audience pays more.
No, I'm trying to figure out who the guy is who just kind of holds it all together, you know, because everybody's doing each thing.
On stage, as far as you mean musically?
Yeah.
I think it'd be the bass and the drums, really, just a foundation.
As far as something definite that's like a pattern, so everything doesn't fall apart.
Because you extrapolate, you go off just about, you know, not knowing where you're going sometimes. I suppose you do a lot of that, don't you?
Musically?
Yeah.
No, pretty much, you know.
You know what you're
What
going to
he
do?
was talking about with me is after each song, and after a couple of songs, when we get into a set and we felt the group's a little bit excited or tensed up a little bit or something, and then in between a song, tell them to slow down just a little bit, we're rushing a little bit, or something like that, you know.
From song to
Lay
song?
back or sit down.
Yeah.
Whenever it's necessary.
Watch this one because, you know, you played the last one too fast and this tempo's got to be right and all. Of course, the crowd never hears that.
Yeah, right.
And we try to work on that.
Let me ask you guys what you really think about doing this kind of thing, about the whole promotional aspect of selling records and concert tours and everything. Do you get behind that? Are you really up for this kind of thing, or is it a drag for you?
I think we try and keep an eye on what's going on because we don't want it to turn into a big hype. We don't want to get on the unreal stage. We like to keep everything in perspective, pretty much real. I just want to play. We don't like bullshit. Hate bullshit.
Yeah, there's a certain amount of bullshit to any kind of performing records. You got to pay those kind of dues to keep your name in front of people and sell the albums, I guess, and get booked in as headliners.
Yeah, but I tell you, we really cut down on a lot of bullshit.
Yep. Yeah, you only have so much time. You spend part of it playing and part of it having a good time. The other part's set aside for this kind of thing. So I don't suppose you want to spend too much time doing it.
We work 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you do it?
Dedicated to this.
How do you keep going like that? It's really tough.
Well, if we couldn't do it, you know, then we'd have to pick cotton, you know, so we got to practice.
There you go. A real alternative, yeah.
We really enjoy it, you know, it's just, it's our life. That's all there is to it.
We'd like to play a little back porch music for you now, if we can.
I'll tell you something. We ain't much on talking. Never have been able to talk too much, but we know how to say thank y'all. Thank y'all very much. Thank you. And I'm as free as a bird. I thank you all too.